Mark, what's that?
That's a double arch.
That looks like a replica.
That looks like a very phallic object. We'll say that.
So we're at Arches National Park today. Started with Delicate Arch. Got here right before 7 and the parking lot was almost full. And a lot of people, but it's cooler in the morning. It's supposed to get 104 degrees today.
Made it to the top of Arches, and full disclosure, got pretty scared. It was a long way down. It's a steep slope, so yes. So if you make it up to the top, or if you're scared of heights, just make sure that you go slow and evaluate how far you want to go.
Have good hiking shoes, better grip.
Yes, good hiking shoes.
So we just got done with the Delicate Arch and now we're on our way to the Landscape Arch, which is not as hard of a trail. We'll see. Window arch, and it's beautiful. I'm not whispering.
Yes, Radhika calls this gin berry tree instead of juniper tree because she really likes gin. This is double arch. The last arch we're going to see. It was a long day in arches. We saw the window arches, we saw turret arch, we saw sandy arch, we saw pine tree arch, some of the other ones, delicate arch. We saw a bunch of arches. There are a lot of them.
Hey Mark, what's that?
That's a double arch.
That looks like a replica.
That looks like a very phallic object. I'll say that. There's a lot of those here too, like everywhere. It's kind of weird. So we woke up a little bit late today and we decided to do sunset at Dead Horse Point and Canyonlands, whichever one we're at whenever the sun is setting, but that's what the itinerary is today. But we decided to check out the food trucks. We found out that Moab has a few food trucks and a little park where they all set up in, so we're gonna go try, what is it?
Oh, quesadilla mobile.
Quesadilla mobile it is.
We saw the sign for the best margaritas in Moab. This place called Fiesta Mexicana. So we're just grabbing some margaritas and then heading out to Canyonlands. Alright, so basically Albert and his brothers used dynamite to make this big hole, 5,000 square foot home, and it took them years to complete it. There's a souvenir shop where I got this hat. And there's a general store, petting zoo, a few other things. Cool little spot.
The way that the Native Americans actually drew this is called desert varnish. It's when minerals deposit on the side of certain sandstone, and what they would do is take tools or antlers and they would come out and carve away the desert varnish to reveal the sandstone underneath, and it's pretty amazing. Canyonlands Needle District, and we're doing the Cape Springs Trail. It's supposed to be a pretty rough trail, got a couple ladders, rough terrain. We're just on it, but the first thing you see is this little cowboy camp. It is pretty incredible. Apparently it's set up just the way it was, I don't know, 100 or so years ago, whenever they were out here exploring around or doing their thing, but it's pretty cool.
So most trails don't have any shade, but we're walking under this little rock, which gives a little shade. Wow, look at this.
The heat is actually pretty intense, but there's no humidity, so you don't even realize how hot it is.
Yeah, I guess, look at that. That's why probably the Indians and the Native Americans and the cowboys used caves to cool down and set up shop. Oh wow, look at that. And you can see some greenery finally. So we found a little oasis of the desert, and it's a year-round water source. As you can see, the water comes through the rock, filters, and drips down. Probably you cannot drink that, but you can probably drink one kind of something. So we're at the Dead Horse Point State Park. Mark, you want to say why it was named the Dead Horse Point?
Cowboys used to bring horses out here. They would corral them into a really narrow pass onto this part of the park, and they would put a wooden fence across it. And legend says that they would pick the horses that they wanted and leave the rest here to die. So dead horse point.